Welcome again to the lockdown reunion show. Oh boy, today's own see yesterday and today my body still cool. Like today's own today's own is called The Scandal. So Ebuka asked Trikytee if he's aware about the relationship between Wathoni, Brighto, and Dorathy. So Trikytee was like, Dorathy liked Brighto, but Brighto was the one dictating the situation. Like Brighto was the one saying who will sleep on my bed today, who will sleep on my bed today. But he's aware that Dorathy likes Brighto. And as for Wathoni's relationship with Brighto was like Titanic. It was more serious than that of Dorathy and Brighto from his own view. So that is what Trikytee said. And Laycon also chipped in that he noticed the relationship, but Dora said she would just let everything play out, that she won't stress herself, she will just be calm and watch how everything unfolds. She won't add more pressure but that was after the I'm coming to that place. So Wathoni was like, she said Ebuka asked Wathoni how everything started between she and Brighto, and Wathoni was like, Brighto kissed her on the neck and she got attached to Brighto. Wow. So Brighto has this magical kiss. Once they kiss you, you get attached. So do not let anybody kiss you. So Brighto kissed her neck, and from there she fell in love. She got attached, which later she said she didn't fall in love with Brighto, that she was just using Brighto. How these girls changed their mouth, I don't understand. She said she was using Brighto, that Brighto cannot afford her. Everybody is so expensive in this reunion. Wathoni also added that she noticed the game Brighto was playing between she and Dorathy, and that night when Dorathy slept on Brighto's bed, like she wanted to sleep on Brighto's bed and Dora wanted to also sleep on Brighto's bed. So Dora called her, like instead of them to drag, they should just decide who will sleep on the bed. I was like, this one two wives, so two wives, you have to decide who will sleep on our husband's bed tonight. Wow. But I don't know, Brighto is that special. But Brighto now, wow, he was doing like a pastor. They were even calling him pastor in the house. That's aside. So they agreed, Wathoni and Dora agreed that Dorathy should sleep on Brighto's bed that night. According to Wathoni, it was just to sleep on Brighto's bed, but Dorathy betrayed her and gave Brighto a BJ. Now I know where Wathoni's pain is coming from. You know, when you will ask somebody, sleep on my boyfriend's bed, don't move, don't shake, but Dorathy went there and she did extra. But come to think of it, is Dorathy supposed to take excuse from Wathoni before giving their man a BJ? So she said that is where her anger is coming from. Then Dorathy took over. You know how Dorathy behaves. She was like, from what Wathoni has been tweeting all this while, she knows Wathoni wants to say something that has been in her chest. And Dorathy was like, yes, I slept on Brighto's bed, and what you said is true. I gave him a BJ. Yeah, because Wathoni said she saw the stains, she had to change the bedsheet as the good wife that she is. So Dorathy admitted, Dorathy owned up to it with her full chest. She said, yes, what you said is truth. I gave him a BJ. Woo! Everybody was shocked. So Brighto enjoyed this kind of thing. Brighto no talk. Now Dorathy was like, she has done this thing for Brighto, and the next morning Brighto woke up. Brighto didn't even say anything to her, because before Brighto could wake up, she has already gone to her own bed. So Brighto woke up the next morning. Brighto didn't greet her. Brighto didn't say anything to her. Brighto just passed as if nothing happened. Like Brighto didn't talk to her at all. Then Ebuka asked Dora, like, how did she get into the relationship before it got to the point of giving Brighto a BJ? She was like, Brighto, when praise, she wanted to remove herself from praise and all those situations stuff. So Brighto was the next victim. or was the next catch. So she used Brighto. Everybody's just using Brighto anyhow. So Brighto, she was painting her toes, and Brighto was like, paint my toes too. So after she painted Brighto's toes, they started playing, and from there she thought he's the right one, not like right one to date, like right one to use in catching crews in the house. Since everybody is just catching crews, nobody want to talk truth. So, but after the BJ stuff, she was like, man, no, this guy is a player. I need to remove myself from. How will I do something like that and you won't even say hello the next day or even say thank you? So she had to remove herself, and Wathoni was like, this is why I called you fake, because you're saying a different thing, Brighto is saying a different thing. I just knew Wathoni was pained, but nobody stopped her from doing anything with Brighto. Dorathy did her own, and she owned up to me. Why didn't you do your own? Since everybody wants to share the boy like national cake, why didn't you do your own? Why are you so pained? And again, she also said she's older than everybody in the house. She cannot do anything. She has a son and all that, blah, blah, blah. So why are you pained? Dorathy has done her own part. So it's left for you to do your own part. If you don't want to do your own part, why not just keep quiet and be happy for someone who is enjoying her life? So Wathoni was like, Dorathy is saying a different thing. Dorathy said, I don't care what Brighto is saying. I have said my part. I don't give a rat ass. So Ebuka asked Brighto, why will she do such a thing for you? Why will she treat you that way that night, and the next morning you just passed without saying anything? Brighto was like, what do you people expect me to say? Do you expect me to greet her or hug her? Dorathy was like, you're supposed to say thank you for giving you a BJ. Brighto was like, it's even a big deal for him to leave himself for Dorathy. Oh boy, everybody is claiming too big. Brighto said, it's like me leaving myself for you is a big deal. Like Dorathy is supposed to be grateful. Dorathy is supposed to be happy that Brighto left himself for her. Oh boy, no be smart, you know. So Dorathy was like, what? Brighto said yes, because he has rejected kissing a lot of girls in the house. Wow. So people were begging Brighto behind the scene to kiss them. Oh, so it's a very big deal for him to leave himself for Dorathy. So Ebuka asked if Brighto is taking any responsibility for the triangle between him, Dora, and Wathoni. Brighto was like, no, I'm not taking any responsibility. I have done nothing wrong. They were coming to me like, I don't want to hurt anybody, so I just kept them. So over to Praise and Katrina. So they asked about Praise and Katrina relationship. Katrina was like, there is no relationship between herself and Praise. That she got annoyed about what Praise said, because when Praise came into the house, he was like, he has a fiance and she was already separated from her husband. So Praise was like, I can never have anything to do with Katrina in the house or outside the house. So she got angry. It's like a dare, like Praise is daring the boss lady. He can never get away with this. She sparked. She said, what? You can't say such to me. You don't talk to me like that. I'm a boss lady. You dare me? Then she began to target Praise. She took an action. So after she heard that, she lured Praise to her bed and did the needful. The aggressive cuddle they were all saying in the interview, oh, we did nothing. You remember their under the veil situation, which they said, oh, we did nothing. It was just an aggressive cuddle. It wasn't just an aggressive cuddle. Katrina was like, yes, I lured him. I took him to my bed and I banged him. And guess what? He didn't last up to 5 seconds. I was like, whoa. If you even see everybody's reaction, even Kiddwaya stood up. It's like, if I make her leave this show for now. Kiddwaya wanted to leave the show for them because Katrina burst everywhere today. He didn't last up to 5 seconds. Praise, you could see Praise had nothing to say. Praise was sweating under AC. Me, I know there is AC in that place. If you see the sweat, Praise was sweating. See Ebuka's reaction. Ebuka said wanted to end the show. He just wanted to stand up. If not that it's Big Brother show, Ebuka will just close it. Oh yeah, everybody, it's time to go. And I don't close the show because Katrina closed the show this night. Then she added, even after the show, he wanted to come and complete what he started. Like, he wanted to show me he can do more. And he came into my hotel room, and guess what, guys? He didn't last up to 1 second. Now I know Katrina is exaggerating. I know it happened, but 1 second, ping one, Katrina, give Praise some credit. Praise get wife. Man, when it was Praise turn to speak, I'm not say Praise the stammer. Praise turned into a stammerer this night. Praise couldn't defend himself. It was very obvious. Katrina, in fact, Katrina surprised Praise this night. Then she stood up for Lucy when Ebuka asked about the situation between Praise and Lucy after Katrina was evicted. Sorry. So Katrina answered for Lucy, saying Lucy has no feelings for Praise, just that Lucy wanted somebody to talk to. She wanted somebody to talk to. She just picked Praise and what's that his name again? Prince. So Lucy had nothing with Praise, and Lucy doesn't like Praise. And Lucy also spoke for herself. She said when Praise came into the house, she liked Praise, but seeing the situation between Katrina and Praise, so she just had to remove herself. And also Praise said he has a fiancé outside, so she had to remove herself. This is it for the night. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.